Hello, welcome to Holy Family Retreat Center. I'm Brother Michael, the Assistant Director, and this is Father Peter, the Director of the facility. We'd like to take you on a short tour of the newly renovated facility, so come with us, please. The retreat house sits on approximately 120 acres of woodland in northwest Beaumont off Major Drive. It was first opened by the Diocese in 1985, but when Hurricane Harvey came in August of 2017, the whole property was under at least 7 feet of water. Now, after its cleaning and renovation, we're putting the final touches on now, 3 years later. We want to let you see how the facility looks.
On our right is an outdoor labyrinth which was created by a young Eagle Scout as part of his project, completely made by him and donated by him. It is quite popular with people, and they come in at any time to walk the labyrinth as well as walking the outdoor stations of the cross.
And we encourage you to come even if the facility isn't open, but please be sure to bring your masks and wear them in case you encounter others while you're here. Now to the conference center. Here you see a statue of the Holy Family donated to us by the sculpting firm in northern Italy a few years ago. Here you see a placard of the high water mark during Hurricane Harvey almost 3 years ago. And now that we're nearing completion of the renovation of the retreat center, you can see how much was underwater.
We're now in the restored lobby of the Hebert Conference Center. Of course, everything in here had been destroyed, and now it has been completely refurbished, along with the dining room, which we'll view in a few moments, and the actual conference room where most of the work of the retreat house takes place as far as talks and spiritual direction and things like that. We are now in the refurbished conference room of the Hebert Conference Center. This room can hold up to 100 people. Here at the retreat center, we have room for 96 overnight guests, but sometimes with day groups, the numbers get quite large. So we can seat over 100 here, and there's seating for that number in the dining area, which we'll see next. Here we have the refurbished dining area of our conference center. We can hold up to 96 here and expand it for even more if necessary. Everything here is, of course, brand new. This shrine to Our Lady of Guadalupe was donated to the retreat center by the family and friends of some men who had recently passed away. It's a quite popular place for people to come because it's very quiet here, and there's a constant noise of the waterfall under the shrine. The statue was brought to us directly from Mexico City, and this shrine has been here for probably about 6 years now.
Now we'll make a visit to Casey Guest House, one of 3 guest houses on the property. Each guest house has 16 rooms for double occupancy, and they've all been outfitted anew with furniture and beds, and we'd like you to see the conference space. As you see, we're still outfitting the buildings with furniture and things, but this is how the conference room in each guest house looks. For groups that don't need the big conference center, they can hold all their sessions here. And when those chairs are set out, it'll face the podium up front.
This is one of the bedrooms, one of the 48 bedrooms that we have on the property. Everything is newly furnished here. The only thing absent at the moment is the desk, small desk, which will go between the beds. Of course, each of our guest rooms has its own separate private bathroom and shower. Each of our kitchens is fully equipped because we often have private retreatants who prepare their own meals when the dining room is not functioning.
Each building has its own screen porch if you want to sit outside and not be bothered by insect life. Now we're walking to the office building where we'll show you a little room which will be a library for retreatants to use when they're on the facility property.
This is the library of the retreat center, which is open to retreatants at all hours. It's a room by itself. It's a very quiet place and sometimes used for spiritual direction or for hearing of confessions. This is our new chapel, which was made from most of the reception area and office spaces of the former building. Everything in here was donated by St. John's Parish in Port Arthur or St. Peter's in Groves. Those churches were closed and we obtained a lot of liturgical furnishings from them. And they are here. The altar is from St. Peter's. The tabernacle is from St. Peter's. The tabernacle base was constructed by a gentleman in Silsby. The piano was from St. Catherine's and the organ was from St. Henry's. The crucifix behind the main altar is a reproduction of the famous Taizé crucifix from the monastery of Taizé, France, which is a very popular pilgrimage place where thousands of young people every summer. It's an ecumenical monastery, and that is an exact copy of the crucifix in their chapel, and that was donated to the retreat center by the Holy Cross Monastery, of which we are members here.
This concludes our brief tour of the facility. We hope you're encouraged by what you see. We're very proud that it's almost done, and we want to assure you that we'll be open again for business as soon as the pandemic is over and it's safe for us to open. In the meantime, we hope you'll come and visit the grounds and pray the Stations of the Cross and walk the labyrinth and visit the shrine of Our Lady of Guadalupe. And we hope to see you shortly. God bless you.
Stay well and stay healthy.